Ladies and gentlemen, when you walk into a room, your presence should demand attention not because of what you're willing to give, but because of what you stand for. Own your power and let the world adjust. Now, let me tell you something real. Being nice is easy. Anyone can smile, nod, and say yes, but being respected, that takes courage. That takes clarity. And it takes an unshakable sense of self-worth. You see, we've been told for too long that kindness is the way to a man's heart. But let me ask you this, what good is a man's heart if he doesn't honor yours? Stop being nice to men who don't value you. Instead, start showing them what a woman who knows her worth looks like. Set boundaries that don't bend at every little excuse. Speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. And remember, respect is not something you beg for, it's something you command. The world will always try to test you, push you to give more, do more, be more. But hear this, never let a man define your value. Your value is not in how much you can tolerate, it's in how much you refuse to. And let's be real, men aren't looking for a woman who's just nice, they're looking for a woman who's real. Someone who doesn't sugarcoat her standards or apologize for having them. Don't waste time on anyone who makes you feel small, invisible, or less than the queen you are. Boundaries are the invisible lines that define who we are, what we value, and what we're willing to tolerate. They are not walls to shut people out, but bridges to ensure mutual respect and understanding. To redefine your boundaries, you must first become deeply aware of your needs, your limits, and the patterns in your interactions. Start by reflecting on situations where you felt drained, overlooked, or disrespected. Those moments often signal where your boundaries have been crossed. Redefining boundaries means learning to say no without guilt and yes without resentment. It's about realizing that every time you say yes to something that doesn't serve you, you're saying no to yourself. It requires courage to prioritize your peace over pleasing others and to communicate your expectations clearly, even when it feels uncomfortable. It also means detaching from the fear of rejection or conflict. Boundaries are not about controlling others, they're about protecting your energy and ensuring that your relationships are balanced and healthy. When you enforce boundaries, you're not being unkind, you're being honest about what you need to thrive. This process often involves letting go of outdated beliefs, such as the idea that being agreeable will earn you love or respect. True respect comes from others recognizing your value, not from how much you sacrifice to keep them comfortable. Redefining your boundaries is an act of self-respect, allowing you to create space for healthier, more meaningful connections. Respect is not something you seek from others first, it begins within. It's a reflection of how you perceive yourself, the standards you set, and the energy you project into the world. When you respect yourself, you naturally teach others how to treat you, not through words alone, but through your actions and decisions. It starts with recognizing your worth, independent of external validation, and embracing your unique qualities without apology. To embody self-respect, you must cultivate habits that honor your mind, body, and soul. This includes prioritizing your well-being, setting boundaries that protect your peace, and refusing to engage in situations that diminish your value. It also means standing firm in your principles even when faced with pressure to conform or compromise. Respecting yourself requires a commitment to self-discipline and self-care. It's about valuing your time and energy, choosing relationships that uplift you, and walking away from those that do not align with your growth. By doing this, you create a foundation of confidence and integrity that attracts genuine connections and repels anything less. When you respect yourself, you exude a sense of authority and strength that commands attention. It's not about arrogance or superiority, it's about knowing who you are, what you deserve, and not settling for anything less. This inner respect becomes the lens through which you view the world, influencing how you navigate challenges, opportunities, and relationships. Authenticity is the courage to be yourself unapologetically in a world that often pressures you to conform. It means embracing your true thoughts, feelings, and beliefs even when they don't align with the expectations of others. Choosing authenticity over approval requires letting go of the need to be liked by everyone and focusing instead on living a life that feels genuine and true to who you are. When you prioritize authenticity, you create space for real connections. People are drawn to sincerity and integrity because it fosters trust and respect. By being honest about who you are, you allow others to see the real you, not a version curated for acceptance. This honesty sets the tone for healthier relationships and interactions based on mutual understanding rather than pretense. Choosing authenticity means being willing to disappoint others when necessary to stay aligned with your values. It involves saying no when something doesn't serve you and speaking up even when your voice shakes. It's about honoring your uniqueness and trusting that those who matter will appreciate you for who you truly are, not for who you pretend to be. Authenticity requires self-awareness and self-acceptance. It's a practice of rejecting societal pressures to fit a mold and instead embracing the qualities that make you distinct. It's about living with integrity, knowing that your worth isn't tied to the opinions of others, but to how well you stay true to yourself. Demanding what you deserve starts with recognizing your inherent worth and refusing to settle for less than you are capable of achieving or receiving. It's about acknowledging that you have the right to expect respect, fairness, and reciprocity in every area of your life, whether it's in relationships, work, or personal growth. This requires clarity about your standards and the confidence to assert them without hesitation. To demand what you deserve, you must first shed the fear of being seen as too bold or too difficult. Understand that advocating for yourself is not selfish, it's necessary. It means standing firm in your expectations and being unwavering in your pursuit of what aligns with your value and vision. This doesn't imply entitlement, but rather a refusal to compromise on what you know is right for you. This mindset also requires action. You cannot merely hope to receive what you deserve, you must actively pursue it. This involves setting clear goals, negotiating for better opportunities, and being willing to walk away from situations that do not honor your worth. It's about creating a life where your contributions, efforts, and presence are recognized and appreciated, not overlooked or taken for granted. Demanding what you deserve also challenges you to lead by example. When you show up with confidence, respect for yourself, and an unwavering belief in your abilities, you inspire others to treat you with the same regard. It's about creating a standard for how you expect to be treated and holding others accountable to meet that standard. Kindness is a beautiful trait, but it is often misunderstood or undervalued when not backed by consistent actions. Actions are the true measure of character and intent, revealing far more about a person than words or gestures alone. While kindness can open doors and foster goodwill, it is through action that trust, respect, and lasting connections are built. Relying solely on kindness can sometimes lead to being taken for granted, especially if it isn't reinforced by boundaries and accountability. People may appreciate kind words or gestures in the moment, but they pay closer attention to how you follow through. Actions demonstrate your integrity, your reliability, and the authenticity of your intentions, creating a foundation for deeper and more meaningful relationships. Focusing on actions means showing up, staying consistent, and doing what you say you will do. It requires you to align your behavior with your values and promises, ensuring that your kindness isn't perceived as superficial or performative. When actions and kindness work together, they create a powerful combination that commands respect and admiration. Actions also reveal the truth in others. Pay close attention to how people behave rather than just what they say. True character is seen in how someone treats others, especially in moments of challenge or difficulty. By focusing on actions, you can discern sincerity from manipulation and choose relationships that are rooted in mutual respect and genuine care. This principle also encourages you to be intentional about where and how you channel your energy. It's not about withholding kindness, but about ensuring it's directed towards situations and people who value and reciprocate it. When your actions align with your kindness, you create an undeniable presence that speaks volumes, even without words. Knowing your worth is about understanding and embracing the unique value you bring to the world. It's an inner awareness that is not dependent on external validation, but rooted in your self-esteem, experiences, and abilities. This understanding allows you to stand confidently in who you are, free from the need to prove yourself to others or seek approval. To know your worth, You must first recognize that you are more than your achievements, relationships, or circumstances. It's about appreciating your intrinsic value as a person, acknowledging that you deserve respect, kindness, and opportunity simply because you exist. This awareness empowers you to set higher standards for how you are treated and what you accept in life. Knowing your worth also involves letting go of self-doubt and negative beliefs that undermine your confidence. It requires shifting your mindset from scarcity to abundance, focusing on what you offer rather than what you lack. By doing so, you begin to attract situations and relationships that reflect your true value rather than settling for less. This sense of worth is a guiding force that influences your choices and behaviors. When you know your worth, you don't tolerate disrespect, mistreatment, or mediocrity. You become selective about where you invest your time, energy, and emotions, ensuring that they align with your goals and aspirations. It's also about taking ownership of your growth and potential. Knowing your worth means committing to continuous self-improvement, not to prove anything to anyone, but to honor your capabilities and create the life you deserve. It's a declaration to the world that you are here not to merely exist, but to thrive and excel. Communicating with clarity is the cornerstone of effective interaction and strong relationships. It involves expressing your thoughts, feelings, and needs in a way that is both honest and easy for others to understand. Clarity eliminates ambiguity and confusion, ensuring that your message is received as intended and reducing the likelihood of misunderstandings. To communicate clearly, you must first understand your own perspective and what you hope to convey. This requires self-awareness and a willingness to organize your thoughts before speaking. It's not just about choosing the right words, but also about delivering them with the right tone, timing, and intention to ensure they resonate with your audience. Clarity in communication also involves active listening. When you genuinely listen to others, you can respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This creates an environment of mutual respect and understanding, allowing both parties to feel heard and valued. Clear communication is a two-way process that fosters collaboration and strengthens connections. It also means being direct and assertive without being aggressive. Avoid vague language, excessive apologies, or hints that leave room for misinterpretation. Instead, express yourself with confidence and precision, ensuring that your message reflects your true intentions. This approach not only enhances your relationships, but also boosts your credibility and influence. Clarity extends beyond words to include body language and nonverbal cues. Your posture, facial expressions, and gestures all contribute to how your message is perceived. When your verbal and nonverbal communication align, your message becomes more impactful and authentic, reinforcing your presence and authority. Being clear in communication requires patience and practice. It's about learning to pause, reflect, and articulate your thoughts in a way that is constructive and meaningful. By doing so, you create opportunities for growth, understanding, and deeper connections with those around you. Overgiving often stems from a desire to please, a fear of rejection, or the belief that your worth is tied to how much you do for others. While generosity is a beautiful trait, overgiving can leave you feeling depleted, unappreciated, and disconnected from your own needs. It creates an imbalance where you pour too much of yourself into others without receiving the same level of energy or effort in return. Stopping the cycle of overgiving begins with self-awareness. Take the time to evaluate your relationships and responsibilities, identifying where you may be giving more than is healthy or sustainable. This doesn't mean becoming selfish. It means recognizing when your giving comes at the expense of your own well-being and learning to prioritize balance. Setting boundaries is a crucial step in this process. Learn to say no without guilt and to give selectively, ensuring that your energy is invested in people and situations that genuinely value and reciprocate your efforts. Boundaries help you conserve your emotional and physical resources while fostering healthier, more equitable relationships. It's also important to shift your mindset. Overgiving is often fueled by the belief that you must earn love, respect, or acceptance through self-sacrifice. By challenging this belief and embracing your intrinsic worth, you can free yourself from the need to overextend and begin giving from a place of abundance rather than obligation. Reclaiming your energy involves practicing self-care and self-prioritization. This means taking the time to nurture your own needs, passions, and goals without feeling the pressure to always be available for others. It's about finding joy in giving without allowing it to become a burden or a measure of your value. Stopping overgiving also allows you to see relationships more clearly. When you step back from always being the giver, you can better discern who values you for who you are versus what you can do for them. This clarity helps you cultivate connections that are based on mutual support, respect, and genuine care. In life, it's essential to understand that true strength comes from knowing your value and living in alignment with it. Redefining your boundaries, demanding respect, and prioritizing authenticity are all powerful ways to reclaim your power and navigate the world with confidence. When you stop overgiving, you create the space to invest in your own growth and well-being, allowing you to contribute in meaningful ways without compromising your energy or self-worth. Remember, actions speak louder than words, and by demonstrating your worth through consistent actions, you set the standard for how others treat you. Communicate with clarity, and let your voice be a reflection of your inner strength. By choosing to be unapologetically yourself and no longer seeking approval, you step into a life of self-respect, empowerment, and true fulfillment. It's not about being liked or accepted, it's about being respected and valued for who you are.